Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I bring you new technologies, new providers, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry, all so you can make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to welcome back Jeff Moss. With over 19 years of experience in the IT industry, Jeff is a seasoned and passionate leader of channel sales and partner enablement. Currently, Jeff is the lead managed service product specialist at AppDirect, a global provider of AI-driven network management platform that keeps the most mission-critical assets under a single pane of glass control. Jeff, welcome back to the Top Gun Show.
Hey, Steve, thank you very much. Appreciate you having me. Big fan and really appreciate you having me back.
I'm glad you're on, man. I mean, it's been a few years. You were the director of channel sales for AdCom Solutions, which was recently acquired by AppDirect. So congratulations. We're now on the same team. I'm excited.
Yes, finally.
All right. Took a few $billion to get there, but we're there.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, well, let's talk about VNOC. I know people know what a knock is, but what is VNOC?
Yeah, so absolutely, Steve. So VNOC essentially helps to solve network problems and helps to eliminate finger pointing. So VNOC is AppDirect's leading managed services offering that is wholly owned by AppDirect, and it encompasses both our View platform, which is our network monitoring and network management platform, and then that's coupled with our NOC, or Network Operations Center. So essentially, it's a carrier and device agnostic solution operating 24 by 7 by 365, providing complete visibility into end customer networks, helping to identify network troubles, and then our NOC analyst, our specialists and experts jump into action and remediate those problems on behalf of the customer.
Very good. Great overview. How is that beneficial to the end user? It's kind of an obvious question, but I'm going to tee it up anyway.
Sure. Yeah. So Steve, there's a lot of benefits to our VNOC offering and to managed services in general. And what VNOC does, I like to say it helps to improve the end user, their QOL, or their quality of life. So no longer do customers have to handle or worry about network related issues, circuits going down, devices failing. We act as an extension of the customer's IT team to identify those issues, triage them, and then work them all the way through to remediation.
Well, I like that QOL. I mean, it's a quality of life issue. You need this product, right? I mean, it's I like that. I like that. Well, but let's look at it this way. Don't most customers already have monitoring from their current circuit providers?
So, Steve, yeah, you would think in most cases they would, but oftentimes they do not. And even when they do, typically those carriers are only going to monitor their circuits or the services that they're providing. And what we're seeing out in the market, Steve, is customers are sourcing circuits and technology from a wide variety of vendors. And so what we do is we allow and enable customers to go source the best of breed technology and then allow us to monitor and manage it under a single orchestrator, a single dashboard, and a single network operations center, really making it a seamless user experience for the customer.
Got it. Got it. Now, talk about the scope of how big you guys are. How many clients do you have, or do we have? How many circuits are you monitoring? I mean, is this a new thing, a startup, or has this been around for a while?
Sure. Yeah. So, Steve, like you mentioned in the intro, AppDirect purchased or acquired AdCom Solutions back in August of 2023. And prior to the acquisition, AdCom had been in business since 1985, monitoring and managing customer networks since the late 90s. So well over 25 years at this point. And so today, Steve, we currently monitor and manage over 23,000 locations around the world. And that includes over about 45,000 devices and over 31,000 circuits supporting global customers, of all shapes and sizes.
Love it. Love it. So, who's an ideal customer? I mean, there's millions and millions of people watching this right now. Who's the ideal customer for our VNOC service?
Yep. So, Steve, an ideal customer is going to be those type of companies that typically have multiple locations. They may have multiple services, multiple circuits. Typically, they have either a small or limited IT team, those that may currently outsource today to a network operations center type of partner that either are not fully satisfied with that offering. And then lastly, Steve, would be those companies that are trying to handle this in-house. They may be doing a good job, but they may also be able to reallocate those resources to other focuses internally to free them up to, work on their core business as opposed to troubleshooting networks.
Plus, as you said already, this is a quality of life issue. It makes sense for customers and sales partners to get involved in this. Now, I know that about half of our sales partners are MSPs, and they may be doing some form of managed services. So, talk a little bit about the MSP. What's in this for the MSP, and can this be white labeled by the MSPs?
Yeah, Steve, that's a great question. So absolutely, the short answer to that is yes. So we allow with our VNOC offering for MSPs and other partners in the channel to white label our VNOC offering, essentially branding it as their own, going to market with VNOC under their own brand. We act as them behind the scenes. And we have many MSP partners, ISP partners that white label our service. Essentially, it frees them up to not have to make that investment to do it in-house, which can be very costly, very resource intensive, and they can reallocate those funds elsewhere, help us to really drive and create a new top line revenue stream for them, all in support of their customer.
So it's an addition to whatever the MSP is currently doing. I mean, it's a quality of life issue. It's one thing I'm not picking up here. So how can a sales partner or even an end user find out more about this service?
Yeah, so Steve, if you're already a partner or an advisor with AppDirect, reach out to your channel manager. If you're not with AppDirect already, go ahead and reach out to me either directly via LinkedIn, or you can email me directly at jeff.moss@appdirect.com, and we can get you guys started. We can do a demo, provide a deeper dive overview, and start working towards a partnership together.
That's great. And my last point, I mean, you can reach out to me too. I'll get you connected. But the last point is I've been doing this a while with you now since the acquisition. And I think you guys have about an 80% closing ratio when you do the demo, because the demo, the single pane of glass, the view system that we have proprietary is really the sizzle in the whole thing. I mean, it's an amazing demo. So if you're a sales partner or even an end user, request a demo. It'll blow you away. And the price is like almost free. I mean, it's so reasonable for what we're doing here. So, Jeff, I'm going to end with this. I just found out you're getting married in a couple of months, right?
Yes, sir. 60 days from today.
Okay. Well, you don't even know what I'm going to ask you. Why have you waited so long?
So that's a good question, Steve. So it took me a little while to find the right lady, but also I've been very focused on my career and trying to build a brand and reputation to make it so when I do finally get married, I can support us both. Well,
that's a great answer, and you had no idea I was gonna ask you that. It's a quality of life issue, isn't it? I mean, when you're going to get married.
Exactly right.
Well, dude, I know you're busy. I know you're doing all kinds of demos for our 10,000 sales partners, 80% close ratio. Dude, thanks so much for carving out time out of your busy schedule to be on the Top Gun Show again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Steve. No, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you again for your great partnership. I love working with you.
You too. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yes, sir.